Dadzie. I'm a career and personal development coach. Welcome to today's episode. Today's episode is for my fellow introverts out there. I'm an introvert too, and today we are going to talk about how, as an introvert, you can network your behind off while still being your fabulous, authentic self. And if you find that you're an extrovert, it's all good. Watch this video anyway. You can always help out an introverted friend or family member. So today I'm going to share with you my 3 favorite tips. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started with tip number 1. Tip number 1 on how you can network your behind off while still being an introvert and still being cool and authentic is to focus on quality connections versus quantity. So when you go to these networking events or social events, if you're anything like me, you've probably witnessed plenty of people working the entire room and they're capturing all these phone numbers, all these business cards. If you've ever been even a little bit jelly about those individuals, don't even worry about it, because those individuals likely are not establishing quality connections with the people that they're meeting. They're just focused on getting as many people to hear about them as possible. So I want you to focus on quality connections, because those quality connections are the ones that are going to actually stand out and the ones that will actually help you in your career and potentially even in your personal life. So really focus on a few key individuals who you really think you can connect with or who are just interesting people to you, and focus on really building some kind of a connection with them. So quality over quantity. Tip number 2, when you're an introvert who just wants to network like a total rock star, is to go into the situation completely prepared. Generally speaking, when we know there's a networking event or maybe even a social gathering that could potentially become some sort of a networking event, we pretty much know who's going to be there. I'm not telling you to go start stalking people or anything like that, but I do want you to do your research. So that might mean looking at some LinkedIn profiles and getting a little bit of insight around who those individuals are and what they're all about. And it's all good to look at their professional profiles. Better yet, see if you can strike some similarity between the information that you find about them from their professional profile and you. Because that way, when you actually do meet them, you have a little bit of an icebreaker, because you can talk about some of the things you already have in common. So go into that situation completely prepared. Tip number 3 for my introverts, so they can network like a rock star. I want you to hone in on those fabulous listening skills that you naturally have as an introvert. And I want you to go in and listen. A lot of times when we're in networking situations, we think that it's our responsibility to not only dominate the conversation, but really do all of the talking and make sure that we are really focusing on everything that we bring to the table. But I'm going to challenge you a little bit. Instead of thinking that this is all about you, I want you to actually go into that situation thinking it's all about the other person. Walk in saying, I want to know as much about this person, what impassions them, what gets them energized, what they love, what they can't stand, as much about that information as I possibly can. And again, this goes back to tip number 1, because this is going to have you learn about the person and establish a quality connection. I guarantee you, when you are asking probing questions and really focused on listening to the other person and what they have to say, they will walk away from that conversation thinking that they had the most amazing time with you. And that's because people like talking about themselves. People like hearing people listen to them. So knowing that you're going into the situation with ears wide open, just interested in whatever that person wants to talk about, is a total win. And that is tip number 3 on how you can network your behind off as an introvert. So if you're digging me and you're digging this video, you know what to do. I ask you for this every video. Like it and share it. And don't forget to go ahead and check me out over at the site, adwoa.com, because over there I've got lots of other videos for your viewing pleasure to help you out with your career and with your life. And when you're watching those videos, if you still feel like you need a little bit more Adwoa in your life, I totally get it. Just make sure you sign up for my email updates so you never miss out on any of the cool things that I'm dropping, and I drop it first with my email subscribers. So until you and I connect again at next week's episode, please go out into the world today and act with conviction, be courageous, and live joyfully every single day. Thanks for checking me out, and I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.